As you are starting your path to working with energy to cast spells or to manifest, you want to add as much powerful energy from as many sources as possible to ensure success. Timing your spells with the moon phases will aid you in adding the extra power to your desired outcome. Following the moon cycle can add vitality to your life by feeling more energetic, as well as to assist you in releasing old habits that no longer serve your highest good. To start, it's always best to always be aware of the current moon phase. If you don't currently have a calendar that shows the moon phases, please refer to the description box and use the one from moongiant.com. As the Earth's closest friend, the moon has mesmerized humanity for ages with its ever-changing phases. The moon transitions through a series of distinct visual stages each month, providing a captivating and bewitching spectacle in the night sky. The phases of the moon are a result of the relationship between the sun, the moon, and the Earth. When the moon orbits the Earth, the near side of the moon consistently faces Earth. When the moon circles our planet, the amount of the sun's light hitting the moon's near side changes, which results in causing different portions of its face to be illuminated from our point of view. The moon does not give off its light. Instead, it reflects the light from the sun. The phases that we see are the effect of the positions of the sun, the moon, and the Earth, which determine the parts of the moon's surface that are visible from the Earth and synchronously illuminated by sunlight. Practitioners of the occult tend to think of the moon as the mother energy and the sun as the father energy. With the moon reflecting the light of the sun, this adds strength to the spell by knowing that both heavenly bodies are providing celestial power. The moon takes 27.3 days to orbit the Earth, but the full lunar cycle takes a whole 29.5 days to complete. The new moon is the start of a new lunar cycle. That means the energy from the last 28 days or the last lunar cycle is cleared away and new fresh energy is beginning to drift in. The day of the new moon is a good time to cleanse away old stagnant energy and start with a clean slate. Cleansing rituals such as a ritual bath or smudging your space is a good practice. Once that is completed, you can start the new lunar cycle with fresh manifestation goals, such as a spell to obtain a new job, a new love interest, meet new friends, or whatever you desire. The last new moon was November 13, 2023. By referencing a calendar with moon phases, you can see that the moon was new. This means that the moon was not visible. To summarize, the new moon is a new start. It is not visible in the night sky. Use this time to focus on renewing your intentions. Cleansing ritual baths and cleansing your space with sage smudging is appropriate. Manifestation spells can be performed. Picking up from the calendar throughout the cycle, the moon will be waxing each day. In other words, the moon will appear to increase in size. The waxing moon is from the moment after it is new until it is full. It is the best time to do spells for beginning new projects. Just as the moon is increasing, use the energy of the moon to increase your energy and luck towards your desires. The kind of magic to perform during this time would be referred to as attraction magic. Attraction magic encompasses all kinds of spells and rituals designed to draw something or someone closer to you. Attraction magic can be used for magnetizing love, career opportunities, friendships, improving health, and acquiring desired possessions. The attraction phase of the moon is a run of about 2 weeks. The current month of November has the attraction period starting on the new moon, the 13th of November, until the full moon on November 27th. The night of the full moon is a great time to complete manifesting goals and to increase magical strength and power. Any working that needs extra power can be performed now if you haven't already done so before the full moon. The full moon can be used for all kinds of attraction spells, such as love, beauty, wealth and business matters, and to obtain desired possessions. The day after the full moon, the moon begins to slowly decrease or appear to decrease. This is referred to as waning. The waning moon is for banishing, releasing and removing old unwanted energies such as illnesses, addictions, severing relationships, and other negative things that no longer serve you. You can perform banishing spells all the way up to the dark of the moon. The waning moon is used to banish or get rid of things that no longer serve you. Use this time for spells to sever old abusive relationships, end old habits, illnesses, and addictions. The dark of the moon refers to the period in the 29.53-day lunar cycle when the moon is decreasing, getting darker, or waning. The dark of the moon is the period before the new moon. The dark moon is the waning crescent phase of the moon right before the new moon. It is also referred to as the balsamic phase. The dark moon is not a time for spell casting, but a time for contemplation. Use this time to relax and to connect with your body, mind, and spirit. Take a walk outside and connect with nature or communicate with your spirit guides. You can also revive your old intentions and goals as you prepare for the new moon. The dark moon is a time to evaluate your life and make plans and focus on what you want in life for the future. Focus on yourself. The dark of the moon occurs about 3 days before the new moon. Use this time for contemplation and to set new goals. This is not a time for spell working. Instead, try connecting to your spirit guides. Write in your journal, meditate, and pray for guidance. The first quarter moon is also known as the half moon because the sun's rays illuminate exactly 50% of the moon's surface. Half the moon's surface is always illuminated by direct sunlight, except during lunar eclipses, when Earth casts its shadow on the moon. The third or the last quarter moon is also referred to as a half moon because the sun's rays illuminate exactly 50% of the moon's surface. A lunar eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow, causing the moon to be darkened. Such alignment occurs during an eclipse season. That's approximately every 6 months during the full moon phase when the moon's orbital plane is closest to the plane of the Earth's orbit. You can still take advantage of the special extra power that the eclipse provides, even if you can't see it. Perhaps it's foggy or whatever. It's still out there, so use the oddity as an extra strength to your spell. Okay, just as a recap, we started off with the new moon, and then we went all the way through the crescent, the first quarter, until we got to the full moon. That would be the manifestation period. This is what you're going to be doing for attraction magic. Attraction magic can be anything relating to something that you want. That would be either money, love, wealth, increasing business, things that you want magnetized to you. And then from the full moon, once it starts to wane and decline in size, it appears that way, then you're going to be doing banishing rituals, things that you're trying to get rid of, whether that be old relationships, old habits, illnesses, so on and so forth. The moon in astrology plays a huge role in magical life. As the moon moves through each of the 12 zodiac signs during its approximate 28-day cycle, it assumes the energy of each zodiac sign and often aligns our moods and behaviors with those signs. When the moon is in Aries, atmospheric energies are explosive. It's good energy, but people are likely to be argumentative. Also be careful not to be impulsive. Take advantage of the magical energy to do spells to increase physical attractiveness, or perform spells for inspiration. Taurus is one of the best zodiac signs for the moon to be in. Spell working during this time have the longest lasting effects. On the flip side, be careful not to become too stubborn during this time. The Taurus moon works wonders for spells relating to financial goals, starting a relationship, long-term projects, and creating masterpieces such as music and other forms of art. The power of Gemini makes people more social and curious. This is a good time to communicate orally and through writing. The power of Gemini can help in spells to attract social connections, manifesting new ideas in business or with your family. The water sign of Cancer promotes peace, quiet, healing, and heightened intuition. The water power of Cancer can be used to aid in healing spells of all kinds, spell work to mend broken relationships, and connect with family and friends. The fire sign of Leo can get you feeling very excited, energetic, and the need to be the focus of attention. Use the fire of Leo to promote yourself with glamour spells and to perform love spells. When the moon is in Virgo, it's a great time to focus on your personal life and your career. Use the earth energy of Virgo for spells to create and organize family and business plans, candle work to tackle those difficult tasks on your desk at work. The power of Virgo will make it smoother. Also for meditation and focus on enhancing your intellectual abilities. Libra is all about balance, and the depiction of Libra is the scales. This is a great time to settle disputes in a diplomatic and just way. Things relating to beauty and love are highly focused. Use the air sign of Libra for spells relating to legal matters and to settle disputes fairly. Also, perform love and/or beauty spells. The Scorpio energy can make you feel extremely passionate and powerful. Use the Scorpio vibe to manifest a love interest, spells to release fears and habits during the waning moon. Also, for candle workings and recipes to be sexually adventurous, incantations to gain more power and influence. The power of Sagittarius makes you feel energized and optimistic. It's a good time to try or learn something new. Be adventurous and show your humorous side. Use the fire of Sagittarius to create spells to strategize and demonstrate business plans. Seek out a new love interest and perform spells for new social encounters. The earth sign energy of Capricorn is all about work and career. This is a good time to use the Capricorn moon vibe for a spell to get a promotion, candle workings to start a business and for advertising activities, and enchantments to attract more customers. The Aquarius is a sign of the unusual and mysterious. Typically, the intellectual side takes over. It's a good time to indulge in philosophical conversations, to those who want to hear it, of course. Feeling compassion is another strong feeling provided by Aquarius. Use the power of Aquarius to perform spell work with a team, pursue mysterious things such as the paranormal, try foreign foods, dishes. Also, for spells relating to humanitarian efforts, it's also a good time to ask deity for or to enhance psychic powers. When the moon's in Pisces, creativity and intuition are heightened. Try your hand at an art project that you wanted to try. It could be painting, drawing, or even music. Use the power of Pisces to perform fantasy play spell work. Also, make spells through art. A video coming soon about magical art. Also, manipulate dreams and to obtain or increase psychic power. As mentioned in the beginning of this segment of this video, when the moon moves through each of the 12 zodiac signs during its approximate 28-day cycle, it assumes the energy of each zodiac sign and often aligns our moods and behaviors with the sign of the zodiac. There are times when the moon is void of course. The void of course is a period of time before the moon moves into a new sign of the zodiac, meaning it doesn't form any significant attachment with any other zodiac sign for influence. For example, based on this chart, we can see that on November 13th, the moon was void of course at 6:03 p.m. and didn't settle into the sign of Sagittarius until 9:23 p.m. That means during the hours of 6:03 p.m. through 9:23 p.m., that's close to 3.5 hours, the moon had no zodiac sign for influence. This is referred to as the void of course. In this example, the void of course period lasted close to 3.5 hours. There are times when the period may last a few minutes or even a day or so. Spell working should not be initiated during this time. In fact, the void of course is not a good time to take any action at all other than your regular routine. The void of course is a chaotic time when things are likely to go wrong. Hold off making decisions during this time, since plans generally backfire. The void of course moon generally creates brain fog in people due to the lack of holding power of the zodiac. Plans initiated during the void moon are not likely to materialize. Use the void of course to relax or manage routine tasks such as cleaning or reorganizing. This is not a time to try anything new or make any major life or business decisions. Before you know it, the moon will be back on its journey and under the influence of a zodiac sign, so you can continue doing what you must. You can use the Void of Course calendar created by Judith Aurora Ryan when you want to make sure you're not operating in the Void of Course moon. She's an astrologer, clairvoyant, and Feng Shui master. I plan on contacting her myself to get some Feng Shui tips. What I like about her calendar is that it has a time converter, so you can feel free to use it anywhere you live. The information will be in the description box. In ancient times, the astrologers in Mesopotamia assigned each day of the week the name of a god who was believed to rule the lives of mortals. Centuries later, the Romans started to use the 7-day week and used the names to fit their own gods. The days of the week were then adopted by Germanic people who, like the Romans, adjusted the names according to their gods. Today, we generally refer to these Germanic and Norse gods that have lived on in the days of the week. Saturday still has the Roman name of Saturn, named after the planet. Sunday and Monday are named after the sun and the moon. The other 4 days, Tuesday through Friday, come from the Norse Germanic culture. Using the 4 gods in Norse mythology was a way for the Germanic pagans of the Viking Age to resist the conversion to Christianity and to keep their culture alive. I will provide the day of the week and the magical benefits of what the day brings. In addition, I will provide the color association and suggest a deity to work with. You may choose to work with a deity that the day is named after, such as Odin on a Wednesday, but you do have options. There are several deities with similar attributes that you can work with. As an example, I like to think of it as the same universal force revealing itself to the Norse people as Odin, but presenting itself to the Greeks as Ares. Also, keep in mind that spells performed during a waxing moon is to draw things to you, and during the waning moon, the goal is to banish or get rid of things that no longer suit you. Let's say you're having a problem with a friend and you want to improve the relationship. During the waning moon, you can perform a spell on Friday to banish problems in the relationship. During the waxing moon, you would work the spell to draw you closer together. Here we have Sunday. It is named after the sun. It is literally Sun Day. The magical attributes are agriculture, beauty, love, family, blessings of all kinds, creativity, health, success, hope, and victory. The suggested deities are Ra, Helios, and Apollo. Suggested color associations would be yellow, white, or light blue. Monday is named after the moon. It is Moon Day. The day has the energies of intuition and psychic abilities, communication with ancestors, dreams, healing, and purity. The suggested deities are Diana, Hecate, and Artemis. The suggested colors are silver, black, white, or gray. Here we are with the day Tuesday, named after the god Tyr. Tuesday is ruled by the planet Mars. The attributes of the day is dealing with the enemies, protection, justice, and legal issues. The suggested deities are, of course, Tyr, Athena, or Kali. The suggested power colors for Tuesday are red and black. Wednesday is named after Odin and is ruled by the planet Mercury. The attributes of the day are personal and business communication, wisdom, and divination. The suggested deities would be, of course, Odin, Hermes, or Ogmias. The suggested colors for Wednesday are purple, yellow, and turquoise. Thursday just so happens to be my favorite day of the week. It is named after the deity Thor, and it's ruled by the planet Jupiter. This is the day for good luck, career success, prosperity, and to create storms. Suggested deities would be, of course, Thor, Lakshmi, and then also Fortuna. The colors for Thursday would be green, orange, and gold. Friday is named after the Norse goddess Freya, and it's ruled by the planet Venus. The attributes of Friday are beauty, family, friendships, sex, passion, and love. The suggested deities would be, of course, Freya, Venus, and Aphrodite. The suggested colors for Friday would be pink and red. Saturday is named after and ruled by the planet Saturn. The attributes of Saturday are protection, life, real estate, building of all kinds, and the suggested deities would be ones that relate to the home mainly. That would be Bridget, Hestia, and Frigg. The suggested colors for Saturday would be royal and navy blue and darker shades of green. To ensure the success of your spell, make sure you avoid doing spells during the void of course moon. Number 2, work in the right moon phase. Determine whether it's waxing or waning. Number 3, use the correct day of the week. Number 4, petition the appropriate deity. Number 5, items used in your ritual should correspond to your desire. Use the appropriate color of candles, accessories, and altar cloths. For example, if you're doing a love spell, you could use heart shapes, and you can also use other things to represent love, like doves. These things ensure the success of your spell. Remember, the point is to manipulate the already vibrating energies to work in your favor. Yes, there's a favorable time for everything. Which brings us to planetary hours. I used to work with planetary hours when I first started doing spell work. I commend people who do this as a regular practice. Keep in mind that working with planetary hours is optional, but worth it since you are adding specific energy by working in the hour designated for your desire. Let's use Joan as an example. Joan wants to cast a spell to find a love interest. She plans on performing the spell on a Friday during the waxing moon in the sign of Taurus. She wants to work with her favorite deity, Aphrodite. To add more power, she wants to work the spell in the hour of Venus. The planetary hours are an ancient magical tool that came from Hellenistic and Babylonian astrology. In this system, each magical hour of the day, that is 1/12 the time between sunrise and sunset, or sunset and sunrise, is ruled by one of the 7 classical planets referred to as the Caledian order. The Caledian order is Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. This pattern is repeated continuously to number the planetary hours of the day. Going back to Joan, for her to determine the hour of Venus, she would have to be aware of her local times of sunrise and sunset. These times vary depending on where you live. In this example for Joan, sunrise comes at 6:25 a.m. and sunset is at 8:20 p.m. In this case, there are more daylight hours than darkness. Joan will have to divide the daily hours into 12 parts and do the same with the nighttime hours. Joan has 835 minutes of daylight and 605 minutes of darkness. By dividing each into 12 parts, you have 12 69-minute and 58 daylight sections and 12 50-minute and 42-second nighttime sections. Planetary hours are actually sections but are referred to as hours even though they are not regular 60-minute hours. The first hour of daylight on Friday is the planetary hour of Venus. On a Thursday, the first hour would be the planetary hour of Jupiter. In other words, the first hour of the day of the week is the hour it is ruled by. The hours then follow through the other 12 rulers in order, each daylight hour taking on, in this case, 69 minutes and 58 seconds, and each nighttime hour taking 50 minutes and 42 seconds. Remember, days of the year will vary in length according to local times for sunrise and sunset. Joan has the option of choosing 2 different times to work in the hour of Venus during the day and 2 different times during the night. Joan weighs her options and she chooses to do the spell right after sunrise during the day. Okay, so no one's crazy about math. The good news is, if you choose to work with planetary hours, you can use a planetary hour calculator from Lunarium. Just enter in your location and the date, and you can have your planetary hours calculated instantly. Keep in mind, the planetary hours will be displayed in symbols. Here's how you can identify them. This would be the symbol for Venus. This is the symbol for Mercury. This, of course, is the symbol for the Moon. Here is the symbol for Saturn. This is the symbol for Jupiter. This is the symbol for Mars. And here is the final symbol, the Sun. Remember, the planetary hours are optional. I no longer use them. As long as I'm not working in the void of course moon, I don't sweat it. But if you want to add the extra power to your spell by adding the energies of planetary hours, feel free to do so. Check out the website for Lunarium in the description box. Thank you for watching this video. Coming up next, I'm going to be putting out a video that's going to be listing all the supplies you're going to be needing in order to get started doing spells. In addition, I will be doing a video on the power of colors. So I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.